Hello, friends. In this lesson, we want to see what we have done so far through a model. Friends, we will see, hopefully. Of course, before that, we need to import our model. So how will we import it? For that, we need a model. That's why we need to go to 3D Warehouse, the largest library of SketchUp. To go to 3D Warehouse, friends, you come to Google. You type 3D Warehouse. When you press Enter, the homepage of 3D Warehouse will appear, friends. You click here. You need to log in from the screen that appears. Normally, since I'm logged in, it looks like this. You can log in with your Google or Gmail address, friends. It won't allow you to download unless you log in. In the search section, type my name. Write Ufuk Shen as Ufuksen, side by side. Do not leave a space. Do not use esh. Write as Ufuksen. Press the search button, friends. Here, the models I have created will appear. It's enough to click on this name on any model here. Because there is a model. To find that model, we need to go to My Profile. To go to My Profile, friends, you need to click on my name. You click on my name, and as you scroll down, look, we will download the SketchUp Turkey activity model, used in the competitions, friends. It's enough to press the download button there. You click down, look, it says SketchUp Files. I click on the SketchUp Files folder. My file is downloading. Let me say, copy it here, and I'll place it on the desktop. Friends, I placed it on the desktop. Look, it came like this. It came as the SketchUp Turkey event file, friends. Now, I'm done here. If you want, you can also download my other models. It doesn't have to be this one. We will just import and test here. Look, there are different models here from various architects we've drawn. Here is the Sokulu Mehmet Pasha fountain. You can take this as well. Here is an organic table belonging to the Ottoman era. It's quite nice, beautifully modeled. Look, as you can see here, it is visible there. You can use these as well. Since these are my models, you have the chance to use them for free, friends. There is a drone model. We have a mosque model. We have a simple mosque model. We already placed the fountain there. It created a different, beautiful ambiance there. There are models like this in various forms. There is a mountain house. I had drawn it very simply. We can use this in our work as well, friends. Now, here's what we're going to do. We open Twinmotion. Let's close it by clicking on the eye of our starting models in the starting base. That is, the initial part. We closed it automatically, friends. Look, as you can see. Now, first, we will import our model into here. Then, with the coating and planting we see on the left, we will perform the actions we learned in the previous lesson here. I am clicking on the import section below. I clicked on the plus part of the import section. Look, at the very beginning, there is geometry and an open tab. The others are not of much concern to us at the moment. We are clicking on the open tab from the geometry section, friends. I am selecting our SketchUp Turkey event file from the desktop. Everything is fine up to this point. I click open. Look, the file has arrived. So there is the option tab here, but I won't be doing much in the option tab. It's enough to just say import from this section here. In the option tab, let this remain as keep hierarchy. This part, and the moment I say import, the file is imported. Friends, look, it came quickly. Sometimes importing the file can take a long time. Your waiting time may vary depending on the size of the file you are importing. Since this is a small file, it came quickly, see? Look, here you can see the design of this building and what it was drawn based on. Friends, did you see? In the following lessons, if you continue with the SketchUp lessons, in this Twinmotion training set, in the SketchUp training set, friends, you will see how these are modeled. This model here, look, let's look from the side like this. It was modeled exactly like this, friends. I select this image. After selecting the image, you can see the eye named image in the fore right object library. Here. Look, it disappears the moment I close its eye. For now, I have no business with this. The purpose of closing its eye is this: to remove it from the scene. I selected it, closed its eye, and as you can see, it disappeared. And in my scene, I can navigate around the model like this. Friends, there will be a river here. It will be a water river like this. we will apply our water texture here from the textures. Since this texture is my starting initial texture, the initial ground, I can remove it. Look, I removed it. Here, a clear water texture. Here, a grass texture. Trees, plants, vines. We will change the textures of the materials. Look here, this area. We'll make it metal, a dirty metal, and here, a dirty concrete texture. Look, a dirty concrete texture was already used here in the original. Look, as you can see, the dirt is flowing. Do you see it? I showed you in the previous lesson how to create rust and dirt. Here there are also cracks, a cracked texture, a mossy texture. By doing these, we will make it look very nice. Look, they've done something like this in the building's architecture. There is already an entrance from the back. You go down from here. Look, a flower bed has been made here. We can do it here too. We can also put flowers. A flower bed has been placed. You go down here with the stairs. With this staircase, you come from here and are greeted by the view of the river like this. This is a forest house, friends. Since it's a forest house, we will create a flow in the forest, hopefully. We will fill it all up by adding the objects, HDRs, characters, lights, trees, and textures we see at the back. We will create a beautiful scene, friends. In this lesson, we learned how to import files. In the next lesson, we will continue starting from the texturing part.